Hello students, welcome you all back to the lectures of corporate accounting. So far we have completed the chapters liquidation of companies, amalgamation of companies, internal reconstruction. Now in this video I am going to take up the new topic called acquisition of business. Hope you have watched all my previous videos of liquidation, amalgamation and internal reconstruction. If you have not watched, please go back to those chapters. And my suggestion, before going to the problems, have a good command on the introduction of the topic. For every topic, first video I have given on the introduction of that topic. So without watching the introduction, if you go to the problems video, you cannot be able to understand properly. First of all, you must have conceptual clarity. So that's why my suggestion, first you watch the complete introduction part of first video, then you can start the problems. And under problems also, first of all, you must have a hard copy of the problems which are provided in the link under my description. So take the printout of the problems, keep it ready and start watching the video one after another in sequence. Don't take randomly one of the video. In my playlist, you can find all my different subjects videos, different subjects video. So under corporate accounting, you can find liquidation of companies. So many videos are there. Don't select randomly, one after the other in sequence. If you watch, then you can get the command. Remember, solving the problem is not, the end of the matter. Understanding the concept is more important. Simply taking the items here and preparing the statement like this doesn't help you in increasing your knowledge. Your knowledge will increase when you have conceptual clarity, why it is there, why we are making those statements, what is the purpose of making those statements. In that way you can be able to get the full command, hold on the subject. So in order to get the complete in-depth knowledge, just watch my videos continuously. So before starting the new topic, please like my video, share it, subscribe it, so that more and more students can be able to get the benefit of my videos. Come on, let's begin with the new topic called acquisition of business. So in this acquisition of business, first of all, meaning of acquisition of business. A company will acquire the business of a sole trader or a partnership firm. This is called acquisition of business. Now we are going to study in this topic what is the accounting treatment when a company acquires the business of a sole trader or a partnership firm. What are the accounting methods are there? How to pass the entries on acquisition. Actually, the meaning of the term acquisition is purchase. Purchasing of a business by a company. That is called acquisition of business. Now, accounting methods. So what are the different methods of accounting when a business is purchased? So broadly, we can divide the methods into two categories. That is when new set of books are opened and when the same set of books are continued. First we'll take when new set of books are opened. What will happen? A company will purchase a business of a sole trader, let it be. So a new set of books of accounts will be opened by the company. So what are the journal entries to be passed when new set of books are opened? First entry will be the entry for purchasing the business. It will be business purchase account debtor to vendor's account. Vendor means seller, the person who sells the goods, sells the business. Here the seller of the business may be sole trader or may be partner, the name. For example, the company XYZ company has purchased the business from Mr. Z. So business purchase account debtor to Z's capital account, Z's account, being the business purchased and PC due. The narration for this entry. Then second entry will be the entry for taking over of all the assets and liabilities. Taking over of all the assets and liabilities of the vendor. So company will debit all various assets. Example, the vendor. Vendor's assets are land and building, plant and machinery, furniture, stock, debtors. Individually we debit all various assets. Individually we debit. Then credit, various liabilities. Suppose the vendor is having different liabilities like sundry creditors, bills payable, outstanding expenses, bank overdraft. These are all the liabilities. So credit all liabilities, debit all assets, credit all liabilities. Then to business purchase account will be credited. In the first entry, business purchase account was debited. Now in the second entry, business purchase account will be credited. Right? Business purchase account will get closed. After passing this entry, you may find that debit side will be more and credit side will be debit side will be more and credit side will be less, or credit side will be more, debit side will be less. The total may not be equal. In that case, you'll get the balancing figure. That balancing figure may appear either on debit side or on credit side. If credit balance is more, if liabilities and business purchase, if you take the total, it is more than the debit side, then the balancing figure, goodwill account debtor balancing figure. Example, if you take the total of the liabilities and business purchase, it is 10 lakh. 10 lakh rupees is the total on the liabilities and business purchase. Whereas on the asset side, you will find 9 lakh. Debit column only 9 lakh. Credit column you are having 10 lakh. So 1 lakh rupees are short on the debit side. So here you should write on goodwill account debtor balancing figure. What does it mean? That company is paying more than what is worth of the company, what is worth of the sole trader business. Sole trader का business का value 9 लाख है, लेकिन कंपनी उसको 10 लाख रुपीस पे कर रहा है, तो 1 lakh rupees more the company is paying. That 1 lakh rupees more, why the company is paying? On account of goodwill. On account of goodwill, the company is paying more amount to the vendor. So in that case, we'll write on goodwill account debtor balancing figure 1 lakh. Suppose it may happen like this also. Debit column will be 10 lakh, whereas credit column 9 lakh. Credit column 9 lakh. So 1 lakh rupees short we are getting on the credit side. So we will write on capital reserve. To capital reserve balancing figure 1 lakh. So what does it mean, capital reserve? That means the company is paying less than what is worth of the company. Company का worth 10 lakh है, but the not company, vendor. Vendor's business का worth 10 lakh है, but the company is paying only 9 lakh rupees. 10 lakh rupees is the worth of the business, but the company is purchasing only for 9 lakh. So 1 lakh rupees profit the company is getting. That profit is a capital profit. It should be transferred to capital reserve. So you may get goodwill or you may get capital. If credit side is more, debit side is less, goodwill. If debit side is more, credit side is less, you will get capital reserve. This is the second entry. Now the third entry is for the payment of purchase consideration. Before that, we'll discuss about what is purchase consideration. Purchase consideration is the amount payable by the purchasing company to the vendor. The price at which the business is purchased, that is called purchase consideration. So normally purchase consideration will be given in the problem. If it is not given, then we have to calculate the purchase consideration either by net assets method or net payment method. This purchase consideration, how to calculate, we have already seen in the amalgamation of companies chapter. But briefly I'll explain. Under net assets method, we take all the agreed value of assets of the vendor. From that we deduct all the agreed value of liabilities of the vendor. तो vendor के जो assets है वो agreed value of assets ले लेंगे, उसमें से agreed value of liabilities minus कर देंगे, we'll get the purchase consideration. This is the net assets method. And one more method is their net payment method. If all the different forms of payments are given in the problem, then we simply add up all the different forms of payment. For example, in the problem it is given that purchasing company is going to issue 5 lakh rupees worth of equity shares, 2 lakh rupees worth of debentures and 1 lakh rupees cash. So three forms of payments are clearly given. 5 lakh rupees worth of shares, 2 lakh rupees debenture, 7 lakh and 1 lakh rupees bank and cash is paid. So totally 8 lakh. 5 lakh plus 2 lakh plus 1 lakh. 8 lakh rupees is the purchase consideration. Simply we have added up the different forms of payment. This is called net payment method. So what is the journal entry for making this payment of purchase consideration? Vendor's account debtor. because company is paying the amount to the vendor. तो वेंडर का जो भी नाम है वो नेम लिखेंगे. तो vendor's account debtor to share capital. The share capital, because it is issuing shares. The company is issuing shares, so share capital account will be created. To security premium. Sometimes shares are issued not at the face value, but at a premium. For example, purchasing company's shares face value is 100 rupees, but it is issuing at 120 rupees. It is issuing to the vendors at 120 rupees. So 20 rupees extra is the premium. So if there is premium, then we write on to security premium. Debentures. If the purchasing company also issues debentures, so debentures account will be created. Then bank. If the company pays the cash, bank account will be created. So vendor's account debtor to share capital to security premium to debentures to bank, being the PC paid, purchase consideration paid. Now you can see here, first entry business purchase was debited, second entry business purchase was credited. Business purchase account is closed. Similarly, vendor's account is credited in the first entry. Here third entry vendor's account is debited. So vendor's account is also closed. So these are the entries. These three are the entries when separate set of books are opened in the books of the company. So these three entries. Purchase consideration just now we have discussed. When debtors and creditors are taken on behalf of vendors, sometimes it may happen that purchasing company says we are not going to take debtors and creditors. Debtors and creditors. But simply they will collect the amount from debtors and make the payment to creditors on behalf of vendors. So vendors will request the company that don't take over assets and don't take over debtors and creditors, but collect the amount from debtors and make the payment to the creditors on behalf of vendors. On behalf of vendors. In that case, the company will, act as an agent on behalf of vendor. On behalf of vendor, the company will act as an agent in collecting the amount from debtors and making the payment to creditors. For this service, they will charge some commission. They will charge some commission, right? In that case, the company will open vendor suspense account. A new account will be opened, vendor suspense account. In this vendor suspense account, he will take all the money collected from debtors. He will record all the payments made to creditors in this vendor suspense account. If debtors and creditors are not taken over, but simply taken the responsibility of collecting the amount and making the payment. Next, when the same set of books are continued, sometimes the company will say, why to open the new accounts, new books of accounts? Instead, the vendor's accounts are continued. The company has purchased not only assets and liabilities, but also taken over the accounts. Same set of books are continued by the company. In that case, how the accounting treatment will be done? For the following adjustments are made. First, revaluation account is opened. The company will make a revaluation account to record all the increase or decrease in assets and liabilities. A balance sheet. Vendor की balance sheet में land and building का value 10 lakh rupees है. Now the agreed value is not 10 lakh, 12 lakh. Now we have to increase the value of land and building. So land and building account is to revaluation account. So land and building value increased, revaluation account is created. Similarly, plant and machinery, the book value is 5 lakh rupees. But the company has agreed that its present value is not 5 lakh, 4 lakh rupees. We have to decrease the value of plant and machinery. So revaluation account to plant and machinery account. Like this, every asset and liability, if it is changed, then the difference will be transferred to the new account called revaluation account. So after adjusting all the assets and liabilities, increasing or decreasing, then revaluation account is prepared and find out the profit or loss on revaluation. अब जो भी profit or loss on revaluation है, that profit or loss will be transferred to partners capital account or sole traders capital account. अगर vendor sole trader अगर है, तो whatever profit or loss on revaluation that will be transferred to sole traders capital account. Or if there are partners, then the profit or loss will be distributed among the partners in the profit sharing ratio. First adjustment. Second adjustment, Assets and liabilities not taken over by purchasing company, transferred to capital account or sole trader capital account. Sometimes the assets and liabilities are not taken over. वेंडर के बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट में कुछ एसेट्स है, कुछ लायबिलिटीज है. Those assets and liabilities are not taken over by the purchasing company. Then the value of those assets should be transferred to capital account of sole trader or capital account of partners in the agreed ratio. Second adjustment. Third adjustment means if there is any undistributed profits or losses. If there are any reserves or undistributed profits in the books of the vendor company, that undistributed profits and reserves should also be transferred to the capital account or partners capital account, whatever the case may be, in the ratio, in that profit sharing ratio. Then after making the above adjustment, the capital accounts are closed by transfer of shares or debentures or cash received from purchasing company. The books of accounts has to be closed. So the capital accounts of the partners or sole trader will be closed by debiting the PC paid. The PC paid. PC will be paid in the form of shares or debentures or cash. Then capital account will be debited to share capital, to debentures, to bank. Like this, capital account of the vendors, capital account of the partners will be closed. Like this, after making the above, the final balance sheet will be prepared by the company. So these two methods are there for recording the assets and liabilities taken over by the company from the vendors. So it's a very small topic of acquisition of business, purchase of business. That's it. So problems are also not much, only few problems will solve on this topic. It's not as big as the chapter what we have seen in amalgamation or internal reconstruction. Right? Hope you understood the theory of acquisition of business. In the next video, I'm going to explain the problems on acquisition of business. So keep watching.